And now, hopefully, YouTube will send out my notifications. Let's see. They might. You never know. You never know. As you come in, guys, please hit the like button if you don't mind. Go ahead and give it a tap. Give it a tap. And that way we can start talking about what's going on. So please come in, hit the like button, hit the bubbles at the bottom of the screen because that's a big help to me. That Cali girl is here. Queena is here. Hey, y'all. Thank y'all for coming on in here. Yes, your granddaddy nurse. I am live. I am. I was going to go live the regular way because I want people to be able to call in. But if I do it that way, YouTube won't send out notifications and they won't let y'all know I'm live. So listen, when y'all subscribe, you have to hit the notification bell. And like when it drops down, make sure you click all. So that way when I go live, no matter which way I do it, they'll tell you. So I'm glad you made it. Hit the like button for me. Double tap that screen. Double tap that screen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, I really wanted to do a call-in this evening, like really bad. Notifications on. Thank you. When I say I wanted to do I desperately wanted to do a call-in show. I wanted people to be able to call in, but if nobody knows I'm live, then that won't work, right? Because I wanted opinions about what's going on, especially with that guy that's supposed to be the mayoral candidate in New York. He really he rubbed me the wrong way with the kind of things that he's doing. The things that he's saying and the things that he's doing are rubbing me the wrong way. And I wanted people to be able to call in and weigh in on it because it's sickening. That plus I did want people's opinion on what's going on with Harvard and them now saying they're willing to settle and pay 500 million, excuse me, not 500,000, 500 million for their civil rights violation. Yes, Zohran Mamdani. And I'm probably saying his name wrong, to be honest, your granddaddy's nurse. But I don't really care enough to learn his name properly. I think that man is dangerous. I think he is extremely dangerous. And I'm afraid in a way because there are so many people in New York who are not American people, who are voters, that we really don't know whether he's going to become legitimately the mayor of New York or not. But that's a dangerous man. Hi, Iman. Welcome. But yeah, so I don't know what's going to happen with that, but I did want to hear everybody's opinion on it. So if this is the only way we can do it, then this is the only way we can do it. But I desperately did want to do call-ins, so I feel really bad about that. I feel really bad about it. The other thing that I thought was funny was that Kamala Johnson. Hello, W. Are you sure you're in the right place? Please behave and be respectful in my chat, okay? Hey, Siobhan, thank you for being like number 9. Your granddaddy's nurse said, did you see the same with Duke University? Trump cutting all funds for medical and education, too many DEI hires, and discriminatory practices per Department of Education. Listen, I saw it, and I'm going to tell you the truth. I agree with it. Some of the things that are happening have got to stop. This is why I wanted to do a call-in. But I'm afraid if I go and switch to call-in, then I'm going to lose half of the people, and YouTube won't let y'all find me. And then you won't be able to. It's okay, W. I'm not Queen. I'm Nitra. You can say Miss Nitra, and that's great. Okay, we got a weirdo. Ladies, moderators, thank you. Siobhan said, I saw those educational cuts as well. Well, it's a matter of you can be funded by the government, but you cannot have biased practices. And so that's where the problem comes in. You can have, you know what I mean? You can't have biased practices. All right, Iman from South Bronx, welcome. Needful Jr. said he meant to say let's cart. No, he didn't, Needful Jr. He was being rude. And y'all know I don't tolerate rude people over here. So I did want to talk about that. And I also wanted us to take a look at some of the things that are going on with these illegals. Like, some of this stuff is out of hand. It is so out of hand. I think we still may be able to pull it off. We may be able to pull it off. We won't be able to do the call-ins. But everybody who's here, please, if you don't have an opinion about the stories we're talking about, this is not one of those liberal channels where you just jump in the comments and start insulting people. I'm just going to tell y'all that now. I agree, D. Truman. I agree, but I do want to talk about that. I do want to talk about that. Yeah. And moderators, as always, make sure that you see, if you see anybody with flags other than American flags in my chat, get rid of them. We're not tolerating it. If it's a part of their name, that's one thing. If you see them like intentionally being disrespectful and putting flags from any other country in my chat, um, make sure that you delete them. Okay? Thank you. So let me see. Let me pull up what we can. I really wanted to use the StreamYard. Hey, Crazy Scott, welcome. I mean, desperately wanted to use the StreamYard. You see, they can't control themselves. They're weird people. And usually, if you tell them like what's against the rules, they'll immediately break the rules, and then you don't have to worry about them. Hey, Jenny Patterson. Hey, Crazy Scott. So yeah, let me go ahead and pull up some things. I really wanted y'all to see some of this stuff because you can't make it up. Hey, 12 gauge. Welcome. All right, Rodolfo, your mom is not in here, but I hope she's well. Right, your granddaddy's nurse. That's what they do. They're really emotional. They jump in your chat. They say a bunch of rude garbage. They just start insulting people. But that's who we're dealing with. Nishan, what happened with Harvard? Well, Harvard ended up getting $2 billion in federal funding withheld, and now they're saying they're willing to settle and pay $500 million because they had some biased practices, and it caught up with them. Hey, SB Vintage. That's one of the stories we got tonight, so we're going to get into it. I'm just pulling everything up right now. As everyone comes in, y'all, please hit the like button. Please double tap the screen. Pretty please with the cherry on top. Thank you, thank you. Remember, if y'all must say curse words in my chat, I ask that you at least misspell the curse words. Don't just be in here saying all kind of stuff. Okay? Make sure that everybody's respecting everyone. Disrespect is not tolerated. Do not fly flags in my chat other than American flags because that's not tolerated. And don't come in and say a bunch of rude things. If we're talking about a topic, it's okay to disagree. But make sure you do so respectfully so everybody can hear what you got to say, okay? See, one of them, they just can't help themselves. Just coming here flying other people's flags. This is an American channel. Be respectful. Hey, Allie. Thank you. I do my best. I just want people to be able to talk. And I think a lot of times, especially in the last few years, there's so few places where Americans can get together and just talk because there's so much policing your thought. There's so much policing the way you think, what you can say, what you can't say. You're going to offend some liberal weirdo. So everybody's had to be super, super careful. And I don't want that. I want us to be able to talk about what's going on, talk about the things that concern us, and not have people telling us that we can't say what we think. So we're going to do that. So even if you disagree with something or you have a thought on something, please don't leave. Please tell us what you think. Just make sure you're being respectful. Don't disrespect anybody in the chat. Please don't disrespect me. And then we'll get along fine. Daniel says, oh, you're from Berkeley? Okay. Hey, Matt V. Kimberly Owen, thank you. I love America too. Mikey Masters, I mean, we would all like that, but I don't know if us saying it is going to do any good. Hey, Hector Viegas. Hi. Granddaddy's nurse said, the sad part, I bet they're right here in America online waving their pathetic flags. That's true. And that's the most disrespectful thing that I've been noticing lately. They are in our country waving foreign flags, insulting American people, telling us how much better their home country is. And I can't help but to wonder, if your home was so great, why are you here? Why are you waving your flags? Is that like some kind of, are you declaring war on us or something? By the way, y'all, one immigrant lady did say, she wanted war. I can't say it the way she said it because she had that real deep accent. But yeah, don't delete BCC, whoever this is, because they didn't say nothing bad. We do love ICE. I love ICE. I love ICE, and I want ICE to keep doing what it does. And God bless Tom Homan. Right, Scott We go. Boundaries are cool. Boundaries are necessary. I think that we're being gaslit. Can we say that? Yeah, we can say it. This is black, not blue. We can say anything over here as long as we're not just cursing and saying a bunch of crazy stuff. Hey, SV Vintage. Thank you for that. Ooh, Golden Dragon for life. Hello, hello. All right, that's great. Let's get you out of here. I want intelligent conversation about what's going on. Well, me, if you're that bothered that I'm not interested in the liberals or Democrats, that's great. I'm insulting that party. I am. They're not on my channel. This is not their platform. If that's too much for you, maybe I'm not the platform for you. Possibly. Okay? I'm giving my opinion. Give yours. Texas Pete said, thank you for being straight up. If we disagree with one another, it's okay. It's still a beautiful day. Exactly. There's no need to be excited, and there's no policing of your thoughts. You can have whatever thoughts you want. If you don't like whatever political candidate, no problem. Just don't attack people in the chat. Christine said, I personally was aboard by even just the whisper of Harvard being anti-Semitic. Explain what you mean, Christine. I don't know what you mean. Tell me what you mean. Hey, Love Coffee from Michigan. Your new Golden Dragon, please make sure that you subscribe and hit your notification bell and click all. Listen, because tonight, I'm going to tell y'all what I wanted to do. Hey, Ayada. Welcome. Yeah, please stick to English too. Not being rude, but don't be rude to us. This is an American channel. Most people are English speakers. Some of us do speak other languages, but the majority of the people don't. So please be respectful of the majority of the people who are here, because we don't have translators, and I don't think we should have to. Okay? So let's be decent. Hey, Alan Gonzalez from Maryland. Hi. That's true. Hey, Bradley De Piazza. This is a positive stream on America all day, every day. If we come over here, we're talking about what I want us to talk about is the things that are going wrong, how we can make it right, what we're up against, and who's actually trying to harm and destroy America. Because those are real issues right now. Love Coffee says, I don't mind ICE, but we need habeas corpus. Okay? I just love ICE. I love them. Christine says, I don't mind the other flags, but disrespecting the flag of the land you live in is crazy. That's true. I used to feel that way. But seeing the way things are going, I would just rather not see their flags. I'm going to be honest. I don't want to see their flags. I don't. I feel like if your flag is that dear to you, go over there and wave it. Siobhan says, I saw that video that you're speaking about. I believe that woman was fired from her job. Yep, she did get fired. I hope she gets deported too. Hey, Nicole Torres. Hey, Benny Gray. You used to pay $1.05 for gas. Why is it still $4.10? I remember, I may be telling my age, but I remember when gas was 74 cents a gallon. Mm-hmm. Hey, Cat Survival. How are you? It's so good to see you. People better be glad we have ICE. In other countries, illegal immigration is dealt with aggressively. Exactly. But people are really entitled when it comes to America, and they don't think that we have a right to enforce our own immigration laws. Okay? Hey, Mr. Brand. I don't have them, Portal Alchemist. Like, y'all keep telling me to release Epstein files. I don't have them. If I had them, I would put them on the screen. I can promise you I would. Hey, Armani. Chowdhury. Hey, Tash Tash. Thank you. And so did I, Tash Tash. And a lot of other people in here too, but there's some people who didn't. And that's okay too, because that's the whole point of a vote. You vote for who you believe can do the best job. And the more recent climate is that if you don't vote the way people want you to vote, now you're a bad person and we must call you bad names and attack you and do a lot of weird stuff. And I don't think that's okay. Love Coffee, I can agree with that. She says she doesn't like the Dems, but she don't like the Republicans either. We need common sense in this country. I'm sick and tired of supporting other countries. Me too. And we're not having money for lunches and education. It's true. It's true. Bernie said if Jesus came to America, would he be deported? Well, Jesus wouldn't break the law because Jesus is God's son. He would never go around breaking the law because he wants everything done decently and in order. See how that works? Our Lord and Savior would never do something that dastardly. He wouldn't. Right, what next? A lot of people say that. Two wings, one bird. I used to say that. I don't say that anymore. I'm going to tell you why. Because I don't think that the Democratic Party is still on board for America. I think that party is here to represent immigrants and not the interest of American people. And I think that we're in a tough space. Thank you, Castle Bible. So you remember the gas being that low too, right? I think the other problem, hey, Roseanne Pilot, she says she remembers when it was 35 cents. Okay. I think the problem, thank you, Money Moves. You're talking to a whole granny. Thank you. Um, I think the problem then becomes the only option we have left is the Republican Party, right? So what we end up dealing with is that we don't agree with all of their policies. We agree with, let's just say, 70%. But when we're saying America first and we're looking at a Republican Party that is still willing to send money, resources, and weapons to other countries, a lot of us are not happy with that. I was ticked. I don't want to see any money go to Israel. I don't want to see any money go to Ukraine. I don't want to see us funding anybody. We have enough economic problems at home. Dorinda Perry says, I don't know why they won't self-deport. Free flight home and 1,000 in cash. I agree. Because that's more than they'd probably make in a whole year in their homes. Just go home, and I don't understand it. Bernie says, why have I never been deported from Mexico? I passed through their immigration services and never got kicked out. Also, I didn't renew my immigration form to stay in Mexico, so it's a lie. I mean, I don't know. Maybe are you talking to somebody in the chat? Because we're not responsible for Mexico? I don't know. Hey, George Ebling, how are you? Used to pay 26 cents a gallon. When I started driving, it was around 74 cents. I know it was cheaper when I was a little girl, but I don't remember how much it was. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's the biggest thing. So listen, guys. HW, I agree. Jesus did fulfill the law. Drew McFly, the only colors we talk about over here are red, white, and blue. Y'all tell him in the chat what our colors are, because some people don't know. Please help him understand what our colors are in the chat. Our colors are red, white, and blue. Okay? Thank you, Golden Dragon, for hitting us with the flag because I'm not sure why anybody would be over here asking about colors. Simple. So, y'all, what I wanted to do was to do a call in show. Right, Siobhan, they should focus on who he was. I wanted to do a call in, and if enough of the chat wants to do that, I will still go and set up a call in. Hey, Texas Pete. Hey, Alex. Because I want to hear y'all's opinion on the mayor elect of, not elect, but the Democratic candidate, mayoral candidate for New York City. I have a lot of thoughts. Love Coffee says she want to do a call in, he or she. I don't want to assume. Hey, Ashley Kane. But if I get, let's just see. Let me see. If I get 12 people that say they want to do call in, we'll switch over to StreamYard. All y'all got to do is stay on the channel and just click on the call in. I'll set it up and all y'all got to do is switch over. Brandon, you think he's a terrorist? He could be. Lee Wine says it's a distraction. Okay. Keith Casaraba says, what are we meant to be? Color X of it all of it. Yeah. Dorinda says, my father, husband, both sons and daughter-in-law were all military. I love it. I come from a military family too. What Nick said, that dude is no good. He is no good. Um, Ta Land, or is that Ta Land or The Land? The Land says he'll be good for New York. I don't think so. Maybe you. I mean, that's your opinion. The guy seems like bad news to me. That's why I wanted to do a call in because I wanted y'all to be able to hit the StreamYard and come in. But I need at least 12 people to say they want to do it or I'm not switching over. Mike in Texas, hey Mike, says I hope he doesn't win, but if New York City votes for him, they deserve what they get. You know it's gonna be hell on earth over there if he gets in, because he's already wanted to defund the police. He's already saying things like he wants to stop training the specialized tactical divisions, like the same people that they needed when that weirdo went over there doing his mass shooting. So it's like this person is not bright. He's not bright, in my opinion. He seems like he seems like really bad news. Hey, Chris from Georgia. He says he's a snake in the grass. I agree. Denise, you so crazy. Not Sharia law coming to the U.S. by 2035. It's like it's funny that you say that, but we do have to be mindful because we have a lot of things going on that's not okay right now. And we got a lot of people in America that are dead set against America. Mick Jam says he's anti-American. People of New York City need help. It's true. Hi, Jackson Welter. I would have shouted you out without you having to subscribe, but I'd like it if you did. Right, Lee. No good but a distraction, but I think it's something else too. I can't believe y'all don't want to do a call-in show, but that's okay. George Ebling says military court martials. Okay. So let me tell y'all what I saw that had me upset. Okay. Hey, Dee Dee. Who is Chantel, cool wizard? Right, Army babe. That's going to be their own destiny if they do that. The land says he or she, the land thinks he's a good man. Okay. Brandon, they've definitely lost all of their morals and integrity. Definitely. Definitely. Don't question the people. Give your opinion. You can't tell them, what to think. They feel like he's un-American. If I'm being honest, I do too. So tell us what you think. So this is why I'm definitely not okay with that guy, and why I think he's really bad news. George Ebling, I'm in Mississippi right now, but I am a Floridian, and I love Ron DeSantis. I don't care what nobody says. I love him to death. Like he's not perfect. He does some things that he's done some things that I wish he had handled better. But overall, I like what he stands for, and he has a lot of the same values that I have. But let me say this: this guy in New York, Zohran Mamdani. Um, I agree, caste survival. If your grandparents were not born in the U.S., you should not qualify for politics because those first and second generation people, their allegiance and their loyalty is still to their home country because this will never be their home country. I'm sorry. I just don't think so. Um, I really don't think so. Two Spot, you're right. Nobody's perfect. Nobody but the Lord. Right, Golden Dragon? Right, Army Babe. I love Ron DeSantis. Love it. Shep Gibson. I don't know about that being unconstitutional. We're just saying what we think. We know the law is not going to change unless somebody litigates it and, makes some kind of amendment. I'm just saying what we think. A lot of us don't think that those people who are not Americans should be able to hold office. I don't think they should. I don't think they should be able to be a city councilman. I don't think they should be able to be on a school board. And I think Americans have the control over that. Even if it's, technically constitutional, that they can run for office. To me, I think what we need to start doing as citizens is finding out where these people are from. We need to find out where these people are from. We need to find out not just that you can speak without an accent, because that's what a lot of them are doing. Just so y'all know, a lot of them are learning to speak the way we are and affect the way we affect in body language, the way they dress. They can mimic American culture, but they're not us. Shep, nobody is saying that we're gonna, disregard it. I'm just saying we have power as citizens. We don't have to vote for these people. Let's be very clear. And now that the border is closed, we don't have to worry about them outnumbering American citizens so that what they want is what we have to do. Because I think it's horrible. The idea is horrible that people who are not from the country could ever be in the majority and making decisions on American policy, how we live our lives, how we educate our children, what we do with our economy. That should not happen. I'm sorry. Hey, Willow by Jesse. Okay, Shep says, I'd rather vote for someone with fresh perspective and ideas. Yeah, me too, as long as you're an American. Like, I do not want to vote for you if you're not from my country. I don't want you in office. I don't. I feel like we need to kind of take account of that and pay attention to things. It says, imagine how the natives must feel. Wars were fought, people lost, and now here we are, right? There's another person stuck in the past. Shep, actually, I am native to North America. I hope that helps. Like, I don't know how much that matters. I'm an American. Grandparents here, great grandparents here, their parents too. Is it shocking? Is it shocking that Americans love America? What's weird, actually, is this strange push for Americans to somehow hate America. If you love America, you're a bad person. If you say you want to protect your country or you want secure borders, you're a racist. Shep, how would that help you? We're talking about a topic, and you're asking me about which native tribe that my parents and their parents belong to. I think it's kind of clear we're in America. There's a whole admixture here. A lot of people are mixed race here. And it's given you're a foreigner, and that's why you're saying weird stuff. Most Americans know that. Don't be weird. Don't be weird. No, actually, Shep, the natives that you're talking about, including some of which share family with me, let me help you out. They were here before there was an America. It was the landmass. America was formed and then named America. So those of us who were here during the forming of the country, we're Americans. And I'm sorry if that upsets you, but if it does, you probably shouldn't be here. Look, we got another one that says Ebo tribe baby. Well, guess what? You're in America and we're going to block you because I can tell you this channel is very friendly, but we're not friendly to people who feel like they can, kind of push and assert their way of life on Americans. We're just not interested. I think I speak for a lot of us when I say we're not interested. Lee Wine, you're correct. You are correct. Some of the natives that were here are absolutely people who migrated across the frozen tundra, however long ago. And they do have an Asian lineage. I'm not sure what that matters. I can do something more interesting, Shep. You're contrarian. You want someone to argue with you. And if you're lonely, go make friends. We don't want to do that over here because that's just weird behavior. It's just weird. Don't be weird. Warned you. But yeah, so like I was saying, um, right, George, we are culture and we are trying to keep our nation. We adopted our citizens. This is the thing. This is what I was saying before good old Shep got weird. As citizens, we have choice. We have the right to say this person, this particular person is running for office. They may speak like us, wear clothing like us, but we need to check, where these people are from. Roma, this is an American channel. Please don't come over here asking us about other countries. What we think is America first, and we're not interested in what you got going on over there. I hope that helps. Hope that helps. And for Corey, if you think being American equals being racist, then don't be here either. Let me get you out of my chat. Okay? So I think that we need to start paying attention. If someone, I don't care how they present, I don't care if they can talk like us, walk like us, buy the same outfits, we need to check where these people are coming from. Because look at the mess we're in. Honestly, do you honestly think if Kamala Harris was an American, like an actual American, her parents were American, her family were military, that she would have thrown the border open and just allowed us to be completely invaded like that? Do you really think that would have happened? I don't think so. And let's get you out of here, Hogwarts. Instead of engaging in conversation, you're here advocating for people who just want it to be weird. I'm not tolerating contrarian people. Give me thoughts on the topic. Because I'm not going to answer questions for you. We're not here to interview me. I want to know what you think, and I'm going to say what I think. And you don't get to censor me or question me to derail a conversation. So now you're gone. Momau said, I don't think your version of America first is the same as your president's. And you're absolutely right. That's a good observation. What tipped you off? Hmm? See, that's the key. We can vote for people and you can hope that they do what you want them to do, but it's almost a guarantee that no matter who you vote for, some of the things that happen you're not going to be okay with. That's just life, right? So it's okay. I'm really okay. I'm really okay with it. I don't like it, but I'm okay with it. Denise, you're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. Denise says 214 illegals committed sex crimes in Houston just last month. These people have got to get out of here. Wow, George. Denzel, listen, I agree with you. If you are from Somalia, are you going to tell America how bad it and wait, are you going to tell America how bad it is? Go back to your own country. I agree. And that this is why I'm saying what I'm saying, right? What Denzel said is 100% spot on. Let me you back. I'm going to give George a wrench. I'm going to make some moderators. I need to deputize a couple of people. I'm going to give your granddaddy's nurse a wrench. If y'all see somebody being weird, get them out of here. Walter Davis says legally become a citizen, can speak English but refuses to do so, so other coworkers can't learn from the situation. You got to go. Another thing is, you know, it's just disrespectful and it's rude, right? Right, Randall. I think Harris definitely would have kept the same policy or worse. Linda, can you stay on topic? I'm sorry that you're sad, though. I really am. Right, Philo. So this is the thing, right? This is the thing. Mike, I don't have the Epstein files. I don't know how many of y'all gonna ask me for Epstein files. I have some extra fabric. I have my mannequin that you know pin dresses on. I don't have Epstein files. Y'all keep asking me for what I don't have. Hey Tom, I just don't have them. Okay. But the reason I say that is because we have to be honest. Over Blackwater Park is crazy. We got to be honest about the fact that a lot of these countries, most of these countries, have heavy anti American sentiment. Heavy anti American sentiment. So when we allow these people in, Edgar, don't be silly because you'll get booted, okay? And I don't want to have to block you. I want you to stay. So when you invite these people in, they become citizens by whatever means. They maintain that sentiment. Just because they're benefiting from your country, it doesn't mean that they magically like you. It doesn't. And they're teaching their children that same stuff. The only difference is now their children, Mike, if you don't have an opinion on the topic, get out. Stop being weird. Go away. They teach their children that same stuff. And the difference is their children are able to imitate us better because they grew up surrounded by American people. And so we end up just in good faith voting for people, putting them in office, and they are going into office. They're going into public service. And hold on. Oh, okay, Bianca. Did you mean to? Oh, hold on, guys. Okay, I didn't mean to do that. Let me fix it. Let me fix it. Your granddaddy's nurse. Wait, girl. I'm coming. I'm coming. Can you undo it? Can you tap it and undo it? I was so busy blocking people, I blocked my girl. I blocked your granddaddy's nurse. Don't go away, girl. I'm trying to find you. Whew. Okay. I did not mean to tap you. Let me unhide you. Don't go away, girl. I got you. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Bianca, for letting me know. That was an accident. But we can't have people with anti-American sentiment in public office, because what happens when policies come up that are good for the American people but it doesn't benefit the foreign country that they come from? What happens when policy comes up that needs to be voted on that would okay money to interests that benefit immigrants but are harmful to citizens. There is there's a conflict of interest. Thank you, Anthony Reed. At least you see where I'm coming from. Walter Davis says it's called dilution via pollution. I agree. And that's why I'm saying, like, we need to. This is why I'm saying every time I go live, I keep saying to you guys, we have got to stop infighting. We got a long history of tussling and fighting with each other over a lot of times serious stuff, minuscule stuff, whatever. We have to stop fighting with each other. We have to, because we have literally been invaded. We have literally been invaded. Literally. All this DACA crap, all this birthright citizen crap, it is garbage. If these people were really pro our country, they would follow our rules. They would follow our rules. They would not be breaking in. They would not be so blatantly disrespectful of our society. These people are in here and they don't plan to leave anything standing. Like, let's take a look at something. Linda, you should be worried about our safety. We have some horrible people in this country. Hey, Christ is King. And that's not to say America is perfect. Y'all know we got a whole lot of our own problems, okay? A lot of times the call is coming from inside the house. Okay? That's okay. You said our society doesn't respect itself. Well, we respect ourselves enough to get you out of here because this ain't your home. Hope that helps. Hey, Christ is King. So we got to start looking at each other as Americans, which is exactly why I keep telling you guys on this channel, the only color we're discussing is red, white, and blue. Because everybody else in the world, they despise us and they don't care what color you are. Let me be very blatant about this. Americans, they don't like us. They don't like us because we're free. They don't like us because largely we're a Christian nation. They don't like us because we're blessed and we have a decent system that's been set up. It's faulty. It has flaws, but it's better than everything else that's going on out there. Here's another one. Racism country. Can't even put together a complete sentence. Get out of here. Right. That's true. Mansard Manor says a lot of immigrants receive financial support and then send money back home. That's what they're doing. They're siphoning off money from our system to send to the third world in a lot of cases. In a lot of cases. And that's the thing. These people hate us. They don't mean us any good. They come here and they take what they think they know. And I keep telling y'all over and over and over, they try to play on our history. We don't have the best history of how we got from point A to point B. We can accept that, but this is our story and it's not theirs. This is our story and it's not theirs. Let's get you out of here too. We got to start paying attention to the fact these people, they don't like us. They don't care for us. These people hate our guts. All you hear is anti-American sentiment. And you can just literally watch our chat. Just watch our chat. If we were in here arguing with each other, calling each other names, saying a whole bunch of crap to each other that was just really awful, they wouldn't be doing that. They're running into our chat, screaming insults, well, typing as fast as they can insults, because they truly hate. They hate to see Americans get along. They need us to fight so that they can benefit, knowing that they hate all of us. They do. Like, let's think about what's really going on, right? We have people coming from third world countries. They don't even when they speak English, a lot of times it's not with any mastery. They're given jobs, and yeah, I'm going to say DEI jobs. We got to be honest. That's why we saw the Democrat Party losing their mind with certain policies ending, because they were there to assist immigrants. They weren't there to assist Black Americans. Come on, cut it out. That's not what they were there for. That was not the intention. It wasn't. Well, Shane, there's something wrong with coming here, getting assistance from our government, and sending money home to their countries. Definitely something wrong with that. And there's also something wrong with coming here illegally and then getting assistance from our government and sending money home to their third world countries. Yes, it is. Hey, ARKK. Drive cars, can't read stuff, right, Linda? Not to mention the fact they'll be driving with no paperwork, no insurance. I was in Houston for 10 years, and I've seen quite a few of them get into car accidents, jump out of the car, and take off running on foot. We're talking about illegals, Mac. Denzel said his favorite song is Ice Ice Baby. I'm good, James. How are you? Armani says these ungrateful illegal immigrants gotta go. Enough is enough. Shane, I'm retired. I don't know how that helps or adds to the conversation. I'm not sure how that helps you. What you should know is as long as I was young and working, I paid taxes. I'm born here. And I wasn't leeching off the system. And guarantee you that. So the bottom line is we got to get them out of government. We got an election coming up. I want everybody to really pay attention. I feel like we need to spread the word. And I think that we got to discuss widespread, making sure we find out who these people are. Not just what party they say they're running for, because that's not enough. That's not enough. We need to know who they are. We need to know if they're the children of people who came here, and if their parents belong to any dangerous groups where they're from. We got to start paying attention to that kind of stuff, because it matters. It matters. There's no way that our ICE agents should be out there trying to do their job. And let me say this, I've watched quite a few videos. I've not seen one video where we had ICE agents that were being disrespectful, violent. I've not seen one, not one. Maybe y'all have, but I haven't. These people seem to be doing their job. They seem to be doing the best they can, and there are people who are accosting them, getting in front of their vehicles. They're trying to apprehend people, and they got folks just walking up to their vehicles. What are you doing? You're kidnapping people, when these folks are just doing their job. Okay? And Daniela, you can get out, because I promise you, I haven't been a girl for a very long time. Thank you, Luther, because I'm not rich and I didn't retire early. Hey, Nina Delt. So, yeah, it's a lot of stuff that we got to do. We absolutely have got to start paying attention to that. Another thing, wait. American says militarize the border and stop letting people skip in line. I agree. There are decent immigrants trying to do it the right way. I agree with that. I agree with that too. Both illegals got to go. But illegals got to go. Totally. And you know what? That's the other thing. I do think that those people who are calling themselves activists, these, bored people, because you got to be pretty bored. When they go and they're trying to impede the ICE agents from doing their job, they should be arrested and they should be charged with federal crimes. Thank you, James. Thanks, Digital. Thank you, Dorinda. Okay, Mick Swagger. Hey, Mick. Said I saw a group of protesters throwing bricks at ICE agents' cars, and people said I was tripping because that was because that was wrong. And this is the thing. The people that we're dealing with, y'all see how they act when they come in here. They don't even have anything to add to a conversation. They just walk in and start insulting people. And I don't know the motive, right? You know, we like common sense. We know a lot of them are immigrants or foreigners, right? And so they don't want us talking about these things. They don't want us to have frank, open, and honest conversations between American citizens. That's not what they want. They want us fighting with each other because they plan to benefit. Um, hey, Kevin Boyle, thank you for subscribing. Y'all, please hit your notification bell because I wanted to do a call in show today, but YouTube didn't send out the notifications on the call in, so I had to come back and do a vertical. Walter says his being civil and non-lethal has gotten us here. We need a no man zone. Okay. Triple T said let's have it. Let's have it. They all don't going. So let's propose some solutions. Let's also prioritize ending the blasphemy of misusing the 14th Amendment. We need to know who is so drunk on capitalism for that. Okay, I think I know what you mean. Thank you for commenting. Welcome. Yes, Linda, they were throwing bricks and chunks of cement at ICE agents. They were. They literally were. And right, Denise, they want you to pick a side and say, oh no, we're wrong for enforcing the law. James, I agree. Listen, y'all don't even know. That's what I said earlier, Mr. Tibbs. Oh, I don't want to call her that. Ms. Harris did say she's not going to run for governor of California. They can breathe a sigh of relief. They can breathe. But yeah, that's why I wanted to do a call-in show because I wanted y'all to call in so you could say everything you want to say and get it out. CMD R. Scotty says the big thing is the automation of farming jobs. We were told we need millions of people for farming jobs, which make up less than 1% of the U.S. workforce. Mm-hmm. Right, Pariah Harris? I mean, I'm a lady, so certain things I don't want to say. Thanks, Mel. So, back to Zohran. I want to tell y'all what I think about that. Now that we got a decent crew, a lot of the trolls have come through. They've thrown their tantrums. Ah, listen. Everybody be nice. But my thoughts on him and why I think that man is dangerous. Okay, Shane says, what about Americans who take advantage of the system? What do you have to say about that? Are you interviewing me or giving me your opinion? Because I want everybody's opinion. If you have an opinion about Americans who are juicing the system, please give it. Sparkplug Peggy says the work conditions suck and the pay sucks even worse, but they're all yours. Well, if the jobs are there, Peggy, and the people who need the jobs done want workers, I'm willing to bet they're going to raise the wages or they won't get workers, right? It's kind of how that works. You can't keep illegals working just because you can pay them lower than minimum wage. That's not okay. As much as Democrats try to race bait and milk black people suffering and make it all about everything's racism, when it's time to fearmonger and try to like bully and convince and coax black people into voting for their interests, for the interest of immigrants. Well, the same people that you're trying to fearmonger and push into voting for you because you're saying who's going to pick the vegetables so you can pay them at an illegal rate, that's real close to slavery. Is it a great idea to come to a channel with a black lady on the screen and advocate for slavery, Sparkplug Peggy? I'm just asking. See, this is why I keep saying Democrats are really racist. Even though they try to put that jacket on everybody else, they are the biggest racist Because how on earth can you say we need to keep illegals so we can pay people an illegal wage under the table and not pay them a fair wage because God forbid we actually pay for the work we want done? Who's gonna pick that cotton? Does that sound familiar to you? Like, that's literally one of the ugliest blights on America's past that we can't get past because everybody keeps bringing it back up. And then we got Democrats advocating for slavery and calling it something different. Stop it. Denzel said, I have my own business and I keep getting underbidded by illegal immigrants from Ecuador and Honduras. I believe you. Having those people here and them being willing to work for illegal wages harms Americans. Thank you, your granddaddy's nurse. Anthony Reed says, I know a man here in Colombia that paid sheriff to take him across the border to Boston. I believe you. Digital says, yep, we'd happily take them. Yeah, because they'd have to pay the right wage. If they wanted to employ Americans, they'd have to. No, talk about the jobs that you now can go. Girl, get out of here. We got us another unhinged Democrat, and I'm not interested. Right. Anytime, Linda. Okay, Shane, apparently you don't have anything intelligent to offer. You just want to ask questions. I'm not your mom. Private information says you got it and no income for owners. Here's the thing, owners, don't run a business you can't afford to run. Anthony Reed, if AI takes farming jobs, no problem. But the answer to that is not keeping illegals here so you can pay them under the table. Like, that's just not the answer to it. Yeah, Linda, all they do is fearmonger. Thank you, Father Dirt. Y'all know when you come over here, I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to tell the truth every time. George, why are you asking me about Candace? You have to give an opinion on what we're talking about here, but welcome. Nina says, absolutely no offense to anyone, but maybe the people on assistance can work in agriculture. Isn't that a wonderful idea? I think so. I agree they should be paying them good wages. Yes, they should. And I also agree that anybody who's able-bodied, if you're not sick or disabled, why are you not working? What are we doing? Why are you not working? Thank you, Ryan Flanagan. Always America first. Anthony said, let's send the illegals to Democrats' houses. Some of them are hiding them in the house. Digital says, every panic they try to start ends up being nothing. True. Remember how we were told we'd all DIE because of prices? Yes, absolutely. That's legit what they do every time. But let's talk about Zohran, because I have thoughts as to why I think this man is a little dangerous. Hello, Sergey. Haywood said, lazy people are gon' be mad with me. Well, if you're lazy, maybe they won't have the energy to be mad at me. It's possible. Okay? So, thank you, Dorinda. Because you got someone in arguably one of the most populated, busy, potentially dangerous metropolitan cities in America, maybe even the world. It's got to be up there in the rankings at the top. And this person is saying, defund the police. Who in their right mind would want to live in New York City with the police being defunded or underfunded? That's number one. Number two, this is another person who has questionable ties and questionable ideologies, right? Lou Square says the mayor of Chicago says he wants to defend the police too. Oh, defund the police. Okay. Yeah, that's not safe. That any mayor who's saying that is somebody who's not being rational. Why on earth would you want to defund the police in a place like that? Marty Calmer says those people better never call for help. Well, if you defund the police, you can call them, but they may not show up. That in itself, to me, is someone who's trying to create a situation where the city is completely out of control. They're trying to create a place that's not livable for any American. And then I heard that, he made a whole to do of saying that he wants to, that basically, oh, we need gun reform. What do you mean? So he's going to try to use the incident that happened with the mass shooter, right? As a means of saying, as a vehicle for getting it across the border. Oh, we need gun control. And I'm like, no, this is not time for that conversation. It also isn't time for his conversation of wanting to stop training for those specialized tactical units that you just needed during this mass shooting event. This is a person who wants America to fail. He wants that city to fail. He wants that city to go into ruin. As it stands, New York is not what it used to be because it was flooded with those illegals. They were everywhere. I have one good friend who moved out of New York because of how bad it was. And Dorinda, I agree. I'm a Floridian, so I can promise you nobody's taking any firearms out of my house. Not one. Not even a box of bullets. You're not taking anything out of my home. And you got to ask yourself, if you got a party full of people who are basically, the Democrat Party in my book is the immigrant party, argue with Jesus, because that's what I believe. Ask yourself, why a party for immigrants and full of immigrants are trying so hard to take American citizens' firearms? Why? Ask yourself why. Just why? It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. Right, Marty? I saw that comment. Oh, New York was worse than the 70s. Yeah, Giuliani had to clean it up. And if they mess around and allow Mom Donnie to get in there, you're going to need somebody else to come and clean it up again. And the question is, will we even be able to? Will we even be able to? Okay, let's get you out of here. Gus says he wants gun control and he was born here. Well, I'm just not interested in anybody trying to take our means of defending ourselves. Right, Belle Faith, there won't be anything left. There won't be anything left. And you got to ask the question, if, let's just say, they get their way and they finally take over. Salute says, I'm from New York, it's hella crime. Exactly. And they want to, this guy wants to defund the police in a place that's full of crime. Full of crime. If they manage to take down New York, you got to ask yourself, Who's next? Who's next? We need to stop this campaign against America before it gets off the ground. Like, we've already allowed way too much. We've allowed far, far too much. See, here's one, y'all. Look, instead of giving an opinion on the topic, they're asking questions. This is how you know you're dealing with with someone who's not an American. Bet your bottom dollar it's a foreigner. Why do you need to own a gun? Well, take a look at what's going on over there in Spain with those illegals running into their country, how they're ruining things. Look at what's happening in France. All those Africans broke in over there, and the government is allowing it. They're just sitting around, not working, sucking up the air, loitering. They're in Portugal, accosting fathers who are pushing strollers, pushing their kids down the street. No, that was Spain, where they accosted the dad pushing the stroller with his baby in there. Go look and see what those people are doing over there, and then come back over here and ask us why we're not giving up our rights. Because you won't be doing it here. You will not be doing it here. You simply won't. Right, Dorinda. They always, you see, just all y'all got to do is look and see how they come into the chat and speak to us in a forum where they're not even really welcome, right? And it'll tell you everything you need to know. These people hate us. They hate our way of life. And if you, let's just say that this Sue Noodles person, right, comes to America, because they all do. The ones who hate us, they're the first ones to run in here, right? And Sue Noodles has two kids, Goo and Boo Noodles. And they're raised right here with our children. They benefit from our free schools. They learn to talk like our kids, dress like our kids, and then they decide to run for office. They're going to push their mother's ideas onto us. They're going to be advocating for things that go against the American way of life. And we have a right to our way of life. And if people don't like the way we live, it's so simple. Stay out of our country. Stay out. Like, we didn't send for you. We welcome people. We're kind to people. But I think we got to be honest with ourselves. We have allowed ourselves to be taken advantage of because people are taking our American kindness for weakness. American says it's like they think they are little bothering us from a third world level of comprehension. They are. You know, I was talking with someone about this stuff just yesterday. Hey, Donnie. And they were asking the question, like, why do these people get online and they have such vitriol for America? They have such anti-American sentiment. George D'Amata says he saw it coming years ago. A lot of us did, but they didn't listen, right? A lot of us did, but they didn't listen, right? They have such vitriol for us, such anti-American sentiment. They get online, they yell insults at us for no reason. Like, we're literally minding our business. We're talking to each other. We're not fighting with each other. We're not doing any of it. This one says, I'm anti-American and I was born here. This country is a crap hole. Yeah, so then leave. Why are you on a channel where we love America? Yeah, Shelly, if you hate us, then get out of here. Let me help you leave. You're not blocked, Mansard. I just have to see everybody's comments and I can't see everything. That's why I wanted to be on the main, thing to pull up comments, but I really couldn't. Right, Andrew? Like, they break their necks to come into our country and then throw fits because we love our country. Monica, that's how they act. Gus, you're not here to interview me. Give me your opinions. Give me your opinion. And if your opinion is insightful enough, I may piggyback or add on to it. Follow the rules, right? But I was saying just yesterday to a good friend, and I said they do that because a lot of these people come from third world situations, right? And they come from situations where they're constantly fighting with the people around them, being aggressed by the people around them. And they want to behave that way with us, but they're not in a position to. And the only weapons they have to use against us are insults. And while it may be slightly annoying, it's kind of pathetic, y'all. If we're being honest, it's kind of pathetic. That's why I just block and keep going because it's pitiful. They're showing you that they hate us so much, but they can't do anything about it. And that's the funny part. That's why we have to keep those borders secured. That's why we have to keep um, our right to bear arms. That's why we absolutely have to keep our military well funded. And we need to protect our economy and shore ourselves up. Another thing that concerns me is our electrical grid. We need to be more vocal and let our politicians know, like, you guys cannot continue to let us be in that position. You got to do something. All of our money cannot continue to go outside of the country when the way they're talking, our electrical grid can be thumped off by almost anything. Digital says, yeah, I've literally offered to pay full price for people to leave if they hate this country so much. Flights, 2 months rent, food, stipend. You'd be set. Guess how many have taken me up on it? None of them. None of them. Marty says that I see where Omar is in trouble. Who's Omar? Am I missing something? Let me look online. Who's Omar? Hold on, guys. Okay. Let me see if I lost comments because I may have to switch my screen over here so I can see what's going on. Okay, yeah, comments stopped over here, but they're still over here. Okay, Omar. Wait. I gotta catch up to the comments, y'all. I lost a lot. That was the last comment I saw. Hold on, guys. Let me see if I can get it to straighten back out over here. Okay. Woo. There we go. I know good and well there's not somebody putting flags in my chat. Thank you, moderators, for getting them out. Okay. Oh, Ilhan Omar. Is she in trouble? Are they finally going to do something with her? I hope so. Isn't that the one who married her brother so he could illegally enter the country? Isn't that what she did? They do need to get her out. This is why I keep telling you we cannot have these people in holding political office. Hi, Arthur. If you want to support the channel, super chats are available. It's there. You don't have to, but if you want to, it's there. The $ next to the comment box. Let me see. Is there new news on Ilhan Omar? Hey, Just American, welcome. But yeah, that's why, like I was saying, yeah, no office for religious fundamentalists. Yeah, all of that stuff is it's big trouble. Hey, Annette. Wait. Your granddaddy's nurse says, "Oh yeah, she married her brother and started dating her assistant, whom was married. See that tribalism energy they come here with? Mm-hmm. They do. Not somebody was being rude and misspelling words. Because I want to see if she's in trouble. Because I've been waiting for her to get arrested. Ooh, BP, thank you. This is my first super chat ever on this channel. I have my main channel, but this is my first super chat on this channel. Thank you so much for supporting my stream. Oh my God. Listen, I'm so excited. So excited. And this other person with thank you for getting them out of there with those flags. I do not want foreign flags in my chat. Like, we got to start representing our own country and respecting it. Because if we respect it, then we can get other people to realize that they're going to have to respect our country or they might have a little problem over here. Wait a minute. Oh, guys. Wait, let me flip the screen. Let me flip the screen. Okay, we're just going to block you because they're weird. Hey, Jesse Finch. Wait, y'all. Wait. So let me flip the screen because y'all have got to see this. Okay. It says, oh, wow. As it turns out, AOC and Ilhan Omar didn't just take money from the illegal student debt forgiveness program, they conspired to commit fraud. According to internal documents reviewed, the two congresswomen knew the program would never stand up to the scrutiny of the courts. Wait a minute. Let me see what's going on here. Y'all, you ain't got to worry about sources, honey, because I always check more than one or two. I just need to know what's going on. Okay, it says their paperwork was filled out and signed when Biden's auto pen wrote the order. They filed that day and used their contacts to have them stamped. They took serious money. Wait a minute, y'all. Let's see if anybody else has this story. No, Sue Noodles. We don't debate here. We have discussions. You get out because you're probably a foreigner. Y'all are always begging for attention. Wait just a doggone minute. Let's see if anybody else has this story, guys. Because if there's meat on the bone, somebody else is gonna have this story. Okay. Wait. Oh, that's from July 20th. I think this is the one about her and her brother. They're mean for that. Does anybody else have this story about them taking money? I miss my country and I dream of living. You don't, because if you did, you'd go home. Hold on. Let's see what he's saying. Since we're here, let's see what he's saying.
Investigation into Congresswoman Omar because of questions about federal tax fraud, federal immigration fraud, federal student loan fraud, and state violations of perjury, bigamy, kickbacks, and acts of campaign fraud abuse in Boston, Washington, New York, Chicago, and Florida. There are also violations of state ethics or of the Minnesota House ethics rules regarding colleges for speeches she gave while she was in partial control of their budgets as a member of the House Higher Education Finance Committee in both 2017 and 2018. She was found guilty of the violations by the Minnesota Campaign Finance Board 3 weeks ago in order to return those funds on June 6th. Ms. Omar appears to be a serial career criminal and should not have access to our nation's highest secrets and intelligence. That is why I'm calling on our Congresswoman Angie Craig to protect both our national security and our respect of the rule of law. Tax fraud, immigration fraud, student loan fraud, perjury, bigamy, kickbacks. and campaign abuse fraud from the East Coast to the Mississippi River. If those charges had been brought against Congresswoman Michelle Bachmann, the Star Tribune would not have said on Sunday that she was attempting to, quote, skirt the law, and then followed up with a front page story the next day on a pie-in-the-sky proposal that had zero chances of becoming law. Minnesota deserves better. America demands more. I'm presenting you with a copy of my letter and just a sampling of the materials available to you on these topics, and we'll take your questions. Here's the sampling of materials that I have offered you today. Anybody who would like them, there's many more than this available all over social media and in printed publicity and elsewhere. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'll take your questions.
Mr. Representative, why are you asking Angie Craig, Congresswoman Craig, to open this ethics investigation? Unless I'm missing something, I think she's on the Transportation and Agriculture Committee.
Yeah, she's my congresswoman. I'm from the 2nd District. That seems to me to be the best place to ask your elected representative to represent you in forming an ethics investigation.
Oh, so are you doing this as an individual citizen of Minnesota, or are you doing this as representative?
Well, I'm doing it as both. I'm a constituent of hers, and I am asking her as a constituent and presenting it here today as a state representative, but asking her as a constituent to bring forward an ethics investigation. I could ask Nancy Pelosi, but she doesn't represent me. Congresswoman Craig does.
Are you only allowed to ask someone who represents you? The reason I'm asking is, I mean, you know the party of the congresswoman, and I would assume the chances of it happening are pretty slim. Why not ask a Republican congressperson?
Well, I mean, you could ask any member of Congress. Angie Craig is my U.S. House of Representative, my U.S. Congresswoman, and because of that, she is the one that made most sense to me to ask to represent me and represent this pursuit of justice and respect for the rule of law.
And analysts will say this is just...
I know that's right. So listen, I applaud him. This is crazy. This is crazy. What I am going to say is, being fair, hold on one second, y'all. What I am going to say is, I'm not surprised at her. This lady has broken the law multiple times. I'm just interested to see what's going to happen. What is going to happen? It's kind of like with Obama, with all the stuff coming out on him. I don't just want to hear what you did. I want to see you arrested. I want to see you arrested. Like, Gus, what do you mean how? She married her brother. She married her brother. What else do you not realize that's immigration fraud? Honestly. Like, why are we acting like it's okay to break the law as long as you may like the person? She admitted to it, Gus. Like, are you okay? Are you good? She admitted to it. Or you didn't know? You didn't know. See, this is the thing, you know? I don't like when people play crazy. That woman did what she did. She literally married her brother. Right, Jose. Don't let the story die. And that's what I want to know, Aaron Simmons. Are they going to let her just continue to break the law? Just continue to do whatever she wants to do? Treat the, taxpayers' dollar like her personal piggy bank? Gus, do your own research. Because, by now, that's old news. That news is almost 7 to 9 months old. And you're over here pissing in my comments. And now you're blocked. I don't have time for you. I'm not holding your hand and petting you to make you feel better. This is not that kind of platform. Crystal says, yeah, we've known about this for a while. Nothing is happening because the Attorney General in Minnesota is her same religion. Right. Which is why we got to get foreigners out of our politics. Like everything keeps leading back to this is why we got to get foreigners out of our politics. Right, Doris. Ilhan Omar and me. Mm-mm. That was her brother. I'm just saying, like I know it was a big story like 7 to 9 months ago. Like it was everywhere. It was everywhere. That's why I just got rid of him because at this point he's playing dumb. He's playing dumb. Hi, Jory. Playing dumb. Doris, don't say that, girl. We haven't fallen yet. We have not fallen yet. We're in trouble. We haven't fallen yet. All we have to do at this point is, be accountable and take extra steps to make sure that this does not happen again. I agree, just American. If you're not a American born citizen, you do not need to be in any branch of our federal government. I don't think they should be in anywhere, but I mean definitely not the federal government. Mm-mm. I feel you, Jesse. Hi, Daria. Said our flag has even been changed to one that looks eerily similar to the Somalian flag. What do you mean? The American flag is still the American flag. When did we change our flag to something that looks Somali? Right, moving forward. Since you don't know how to engage in conversation, Viper, we're going to get you out of here. The rules of the channel: give commentary, your opinion on the topics we're talking about. Don't come here thinking you're going to interview the host or that I'm going to give you my attention. I don't owe you that. We're all equals here. So you give me your comments and I'll try to get to as many people as I can. And then when I say stuff, if you're not talking to someone in the chat, you can respond to me. But we're going to be adults and nobody's going to hold your hand and give you a bunch of attention because you feel lonely. We're not doing it. Oh, the Minnesota flag. Okay. Wow. We got another one. What did Zohran Mom Dami ever do to you? The same thing I'm about to do to you. You're blocked. I keep telling y'all the rules of the channel. And it has to be a foreigner because those are the only people that will hear rules and just do whatever they want because those places they come from, they don't have rules. They just do whatever. That's horrible, Daria, that they turned y'all's flag into that. They don't moving forward. They don't. I wish they would stay out of my comments crying. They're always crying, guys. Why are they always crying? Right, your granddaddy's nurse. It's that tribalistic stuff that they're doing. It's weird. It's really weird. Really, really weird. Really, really, really weird. hmm So listen, guys. Maybe next time we'll be able to do a call in. Like I said, I would do it now if y'all wanted to do a call in show. We just have to switch to our StreamYard so y'all could call in. Right, American, they don't have manners in those countries. They do not. They do not. But if y'all want to do a call in, let me know. If it's like 10 or 12 people who want to do a call in, I'll set one up and y'all can come on over. Um, but as you can see, I know y'all see me like squinting, trying to make sure I can see what everybody's writing. You know? But yeah, so next time we're gonna try it. So y'all make sure you have your notifications on. Thank you, Marty. Make sure y'all's notifications are on and everything. And when you hit notifications, make sure you click all, because when they pop up, it's like a bell, and it'll say some or whatever, but make sure you click all. So then when I go live, even if it's on the regular StreamYard platform, you're able to, get a notification and come on in. I'm going to try to set us up a Discord so that people can, I want to have as many places as possible for Americans to speak freely and talk about what's going on and your concerns. And I think when you're able to, like, actually talk, Digital wants me to stay on. Digital. I've been in here for an hour and a half. Marty says, yeah, when the Gulf of Mexico got renamed the Gulf of America, I said, I think we should call it the Gulf of Liberal Tears. That's funny. You don't see a notification bell? Okay, hold on. Let me go to the screen so you can see so I can see what you're seeing. Okay. It's pulling up, y'all. So, beneath the video, if you're on the computer, I think that may be where we would have to get it from. Okay. Or maybe they didn't do a notification bell because of it being a vertical iPhone. Okay. It's okay. Y'all just keep hanging in there with me. Just keep hanging in there, and we'll get it worked out. We'll get it worked out because I want y'all to be able to be there. I'm gonna set up, like I said, a Discord so that there'll be even more spaces for people to speak freely. Because I want everybody to be able to speak freely and not have to worry about what you're saying. And if you're going to be harassed by people, and I know, like, in a Discord setting, we can kind of control who's in there. We'll have moderators. We can kick certain people. We can make sure that you're completely safe. Dorinda said, I found your channel. I can figure it out. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So listen, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get up out of here. Next time, I may come in here live first just to let y'all know that I'm going to shut the live down and restart it because it's on the same channel, right? So what I may end up doing is, like I said, going live in here first for like maybe 20 or 30 minutes just to let you know that we're going to shut this one down and start a new live on the same channel. So all you got to do is just kind of hang around and catch the next one so we can do a call in, because I absolutely want to hear what everybody thinks about everything all the time. I like, good conversation with good people, okay? So listen, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Y'all enjoy the rest of your evening. Happy Wednesday to everybody. All that good stuff. And enjoy the rest of your week. Make sure that you guys are being positive, productive. Encourage everyone around you, your friends, your family. Make sure you also save some energy and encourage yourself. And remember, in case no one else says it to you, God loves you, I love you, and there is nothing you can do about it. Y'all have a wonderful evening, okay?